I do want to put a disclaimer out there that I do not hold any ill will towards any of the contestants in the contest. I think that, everyone is talented in their own way, and congratulations to them for making the contest and the benefit brow search. But I'm making this video because I did see a lot of things that was troubling to me in the selection process and how the competition was ran, and I feel as though it needs to be addressed. So I hope that if benefit does see this video, that even though I was very emotional because I was very passionate about what I was saying, that it is coming from a place of constructive criticism, and hopefully they take some of the concerns that I had and implement it, so next year's benefit brow search is ran amazingly well and it's enjoyable for not only the company but the people who are trying to partake in it. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there that I don't hold any ill will towards anyone who's ever been in this competition this year or previous years. This is just me expressing my disappointment. I also want to say that my goal is not to break the beauty community or start drama or anything like that, even though, like I said, I was very emotional speaking about this competition and about this brand. My goal is to create a beauty community where it's all inclusive. I want a beauty community that is inclusive as far as skin tone. I want a beauty community that is inclusive based on, being plus size versus straight sized. And I want a beauty community that is inclusive based on the size of the audience. Me being a woman of color who is plus size with a smaller following, I understand the problems from all aspects because I have to deal with it from all angles. And my goal is to spread awareness about the situation, not for people to cancel benefit, not for people to cancel people in this competition. Absolutely not. I do not blame the people that was in this competition. At the end of the day, they submitted an entry like myself and like 15,000 other people in the hopes of getting an opportunity to work with benefit. In the video, you will see, however, that I did present evidence where a lot of the people in the competition already had previous relationships with benefit, and that their entries weren't, in my opinion, based on the rules and based on the qualifications that benefit gave, weren't actually quality entries. So for the people who were in the competition, instead of getting upset about this video, if you watch it, I want you to sit back and really think, did I make the competition because I submitted the best possible entry that I possibly could? Or was it because I'm already on Benefits PR? They have reposted me several times in the past, that I've been to other benefit events. Having a relationship with a brand is not a bad thing. It's an amazing thing. And I really hoped that I would have had a relationship with benefit as well. But if having a relationship with a brand gives you an unfair advantage over everyone else when it comes to competitions, is it fair? Now, I know that you guys have experienced a wonderful thing, and I bet being part of the benefit brow search is something that you will never forget. But I really want you to look deep inside and think, did I make it based on my entry? Or did I make it based on the relationship I had with benefit? Because unfortunately, not all 15,000 people that entered the competition had a personal relationship with benefit, like several people on the 2019 benefit brow search team had. And in my opinion, that made the competition unfair. That it should have been an even playing field, that it should have been based on the actual entries, not based on previous relationships. And like I said prior, if you look at the entries of all 20 contestants, there are a lot of them that did not produce a quality entry based on the rule and the scoring that benefit said that they would be scoring on. And I also want to say that while finding receipts and proof to back up everything that I was saying in this video, I had an opportunity to really go in depth on the social media of the top 20, and they are all super talented. I can honestly say that even though how they picked the top 20 was unfair, they are all talented as far as what they produce and put online. So I don't want this to take away from how talented the top 20 is, including the winner Cameron, because he is the face of the 2019 Benefit brow search because he won, and he is super talented. I follow him on social media and I love the stuff that he produced, but unfortunately, like you will see in the video, did he produce a quality entry based on what Benefit said the criteria was for an entry? I can't say that he did. So I want you guys to really, you know, not take what I'm saying personally. I want you guys to look at what I'm saying and think, man, she is actually saying stuff that's true. And if you participated in the Benefit event and, you know, you watch this video, I really want you to take a step back and think, man, I really did partake in this competition and I enjoyed myself, but I want the competition next year to be fair for everyone, not just fair for the people who Benefit knows. And I hope that you guys speak out and maybe we can all help Benefit. So next year, the 2020 Benefit Brow Search is a competition that is amazing and fair for everyone, and everyone enjoys themselves. So with that, I'm going to stop rambling and I am going to start this video. So keep an open mind to everything that I'm saying. And yeah, also I want to put a little disclaimer that I am doing a kind of like food try mukbang in the beginning. Please excuse the fact that I eat like I was born in a barnyard. Okay, I've never done like an eating video online, and yeah, so just excuse my really bad table etiquette. With that being said, let's get started with this video. I want to talk about what I'm eating today. I'm super excited. So fun fact about me is that I'm a vegetarian. I have been a vegetarian for, I would say, 4 years now. Burger King actually just came out with their new Impossible Whoppers. I am so excited about this. I love the Impossible Burger. We are gonna sit here and we are gonna try it on camera and we're gonna eat. And I also have some onion rings as well to go with this meal, so I'm super excited. So let's open up. Let's open her up. I know you guys are like, what the freak is going on? I know this is really weird because like I'm a makeup channel and you're probably like, why is she making a food video? But I'm so excited. Like, I don't know if any of you've ever tried an Impossible Burger, but it is the closest thing to meat, to beef, that I've ever tried. This is what she looks like. Look. So I got lettuce. I did get cheese on it because I'm a vegetarian. I'm not a vegan, so I love a good cheese. It got onions, it got mayo, it got pickles, and all that stuff. I wonder if you guys can see. Focus on the burger. They put a lot of mayonnaise. I'm gonna add my own ketchup because I like adding my own ketchup. But and I'm not a tomato fan, so I didn't get tomatoes. So man, they put a lot of mayo. So I've never done like a food critique. So I don't really know how this works. I'm not a food channel, but like the burger, this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see here. All right. Oh, so this is what the burger looks like. I don't think I'm doing this right. All right, so we're gonna take our first bite. Oh my God. Oh, that is so good. Oh my goodness. It tastes just like beef. It's nice. It's savory. It's so good. It's super savory. It's really good flavor and all that stuff. I'm really shooketh. I am shocked. Y'all see this? Oh my God, this is so freaking good. Now that we determined that the Impossible Burger is delicious. And I want to say that I used to sell Benefit. I worked for a company that sold Benefit. Benefit was a major part of the company. I sold their products. I love their brow stuff. My first issue with Benefit Cosmetics is one, the inclusivity of the brand. Benefit likes to let people know that they've been around for so many years, since like the 80s or whatever, or like the 90s, correct me if I'm wrong, but they've been around for a really long time. And up until the past couple of years, as a black woman, I couldn't use any of their complexion stuff. They were not inclusive, in my opinion. As far as brows, that's the only thing as a person of color I could have gotten from their brand. And for the longest time, that's all I used from them was their brow products, because nothing else matched me. Now, in the past couple of years, they have came out with a new foundation that has deeper shades. They have come out with bronzers that are deeper. They have come out with concealers that have deeper shades. So they are trying to be more inclusive. In my opinion, I feel like being inclusive is like a fad right now. Every brand wants to be inclusive now because we have like the Lancomes and the Fenties and all that stuff. Rihanna wasn't playing games. She came out with 40 shades right off the bat. 40 shades from the palest of pale to the darkest of dark. Anyone can find their shade. And I think she's even expanded her line since then. And she played no games. She wasn't like, oh, I'm only going to drop from pale to tan and then the dark shades are going to come later, which is what every brand does, which pisses me off, is that they will come out with the palest of white shades and the tan shades, and then us black people are waiting 2 months, 3 months, 6 months for them to get around to making something for us. And Makeup Forever, let me throw Makeup Forever in there, because Makeup Forever has always been really inclusive to my knowledge. Made being inclusive the standard, and now everybody want to be inclusive. It's for the clout. Let's drop 100 shades because we want to be inclusive. But before that, you weren't inclusive. So it's like your brand has been around for 20 years, 30 years, and you didn't give a crap about black people. And then Riri comes along, and now being inclusive is the thing. It's like being inclusive is that black best friend. It's kind of like saying how, oh, I'm not racist because I have a black friend. No, that's literally what it is. I'm not prejudiced or racist against black people because I have 100 foundation shades. But it took you 15 years to come up with that. So my issue with Benefit is that this brand has been around for a really long time. And it took them so long to be inclusive. And I use their bronzer, and I have a video on it. And I say this in this video that they talk about how how long has the Hoola bronzer been around? 15 years? Longer than that? Maybe 20? I don't know. Really long time. More than 10 years. And I don't know if you've ever tried the Hoola bronzer, but I can't. I've never been able to try the Hoola bronzer because it was too light. So for years, people were like, are you going to come out with other shades of your bronzer? Are you going to come out with other shades of your bronzer? Like, listen to us. And then they do this whole thing like, we heard your needs, and we heard what you were saying, and we're going to expand our bronzer line finally. And everyone's like, yay, they're going to expand. And then they had the audacity to come out with a Hoola light. I was like, okay, what about the black people? So they had Hoola Light for really pale people, and they had Hoola for the tan people, and us black people were just like, so I would literally be talking to customers, and black customers, and not even black, like, let's not even say that, dark-skinned Asians, dark-skinned, Hispanics, dark-skinned black people. So it's not only black people, but so let me not even say black people were the only people they didn't think of, because there's dark-skinned people in all nationalities. So us deeper skinned people really were sitting back like, yo, they really played us. And I asked people who worked at Benefit, who would come into my store, is Benefit planning on coming out with a darker bronzer? That's always the first question that people of color ask me when it comes to Benefit, like when they're gonna come out with Hoola Dark. Oh, it's in the works. It's in the works. So 2 years later, we finally get the Hoola Caramel and the Hoola Toasted. And in my opinion, Toasted still isn't dark enough for everyone. So that was like my first instance of really looking at Benefit sideways. But I try to give Benefit the benefit of the doubt. So then let's go to 2019 Benefit Brow Search. I never did the Benefit Brow Search contest. I heard about it because I worked for a company that sold Benefit. So I was not able to partake in the Benefit Brow Search before this year because in the clause it says you can't work for Benefit or any of company that sells Benefit and stuff.
I also want you guys to look at it from an ethical standpoint. If
receiving PR from a brand or being invited to events or anything like that, or being reposted by them is considered working for the brand. Especially receiving PR or doing paid posts or ads and stuff. Can that be considered working for benefit?
But this year, I haven't worked for this company for a year, now almost a year, that when I first applied for the benefit browser. So I was like, why not? But at the time, I was extremely sick and I was having like allergic reactions, and like my whole body was covered in hives at the time. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to do the benefit brow search because I had hives all over the place and I didn't want to put makeup on my face and all that stuff. And it was the last day of the benefit brow search. It was literally like the last day that you could upload anything for the benefit brow search. I had like this feeling in my gut that I should really apply. And I went out and I got some props, and then I came home and I spent the next 10 hours doing 4 makeup looks, because you have to have 2 looks for 1 entry, and you only can do 2 entries a day. So that means that I only had an opportunity to do 2 entries because it was the very last day. Then I had to edit the photos, and I created a yearbook, and I will try to insert the pictures here. And I had to do that in Photoshop, and I took some of like the benefit imagery and all this stuff, and I spent so long, and I literally uploaded it. I think I only had 20 minutes, 30 minutes until the end of the competition. Then I had to wait like everybody else. So this is my first issue with this whole situation, is that they weren't specific enough, in my opinion, in their rules and their guidelines, because they said they were contacting people May 13th. So in my opinion and everyone else's opinion, we thought that they were going to pick and let the top 20 know on that day. So if you weren't contacted that day, then you knew that you didn't make it. I waited all day on the 13th. So many other people did. People were messaging Benefit saying how, oh, did you already contact them? Are you still contacting? Are you still contacting? Benefit is being cheeky, in my opinion, you know, putting little things out like, we're working on, we'll see winky faces, basically egging the situation on. And in my opinion, your brand, just say it. We're still contacting people, or contacting people are going to take several days. So we started today, but we won't be finished contacting the top 20 for several days. So, you know, people aren't literally waiting up, refreshing the emails, refreshing. And I literally did not sleep that day. I was up from like midnight to like midnight, refreshing, looking on their social media, looking on my social media, just waiting to be contacted by Benefit. And Benefit is putting out these crappy tweets that had nothing to do with the contest, knowing that everyone is messaging them. Everyone's waiting for them to announce the top 20. They said 15,000 people. So that means 15,000 people are waiting for you. Oh crap, that's TV.
I also want to put in there that I don't think the fact that they didn't announce the top 20 was frustrating for a lot of people. I think what we wanted to know was, did you contact the top 20? Should we stop looking out? Did we not make the competition? Not more so who made the competition, but were the top 20 even contacted at this point?
So we go through the whole day and all that stuff, waiting for them. They didn't do anything. So then the next day, they post something about how they're having a sale on their website. Go buy their stuff. And I commented. I was like, you know, I'm very disappointed that the first thing that you post is about come buy products when you know that we're waiting for the top 20. Did you already contact them? Have you contacted the top 20? That, and I never understood that to this day, why that was just such a big thing. Like, as a brand, if you know you have 15,000 people waiting for you to announce something, then just, you could easily do a message. And I will honestly say I am the reason why they finally put out a message saying that they are still in the process of contacting people. That is going to be several days, because I literally wrote the longest Twitter message. It was several messages basically saying, you know, like, you know, as a brand, you have a responsibility to your consumers, to the people in this contest, to keep us updated. All we're asking is to know, did you already finish contacting the top 20? Should we stop looking out for your email, for your message, for your phone call, whatever? Do we have to stop? Or are you still are you still trying to contact people? It's an easy thing to do.
I also want to put in there that, as you see on the screen, that in the contest rules and requirements and stuff, that they specifically said that they will be notified by May 13th. So the tweet that I just showed you was from May 14th. So it's the day after. And in my opinion, in any professional setting, if you are given a deadline and you cannot meet that deadline, then you need to let the participating parties know that it's going to take you longer to finish what you needed to do. So they said specifically that the top 20 will be notified by May 13th, but then they tweeted on May 14th that they are still trying to finalize the top 20. So in my opinion, as a professional brand, Benefit should have got on social media and let us know that the process is taking longer than expected. And at any other job in this country, in this world, you are held accountable based on your deadlines. So I do not feel that because Benefit is a brand that they should not be held accountable. They were the ones that set the date for May 13th. They gave themselves the deadline and they did not meet that deadline. So I never understood why so many people, especially larger influencers, were backing up this behavior. We need to start holding brands accountable for the things that they tell us.
You had someone message out that you were having a sale on your website. You can have that same person say, hey guys, we know you guys are waiting to hear who the top 20 is. We are still contacting them. This is taking longer than expected. Please be patient. So then I know as a person, okay, this is going to take a few days. Let me stop waiting around my phone every time I hear an alert thinking it's Benefit. And I never understood why people, larger influencers, really were coming for people, including me, saying like, we need to be more patient, blah blah blah. I was really upset that they weren't vocal or they wasn't keeping us updated. So that was my first issue with Benefit. And yeah, that was my first issue with Benefit. My second issue with Benefit was they finally announced the top 20, and I was extremely disappointed with Benefit and their top 20 selection, and here's why. Not that people weren't talented, not that people had crappy entries, even though a lot of people, their entries was ridiculous in my opinion. A lot of people who made it didn't, in my opinion, even really submitted a quality entry, including the winner. I hate to say it. I saw his entry, and his entry if you look at his photo, you had no idea it had anything to do with Benefit, and that was actually part of the judging, was, you know, how it represented like the brand, or like how it correlated with the contest. And he just like tagged Benefit, had nothing to do with Benefit in the picture. He just tagged the Benefit browser.
So I also wanted to freeze right here, and I'm sorry I keep doing this, but I wanted you really to take a look at Cameron's photo. It's a beautiful photo. His makeup looks amazing. But when you look at this photo, do you see anything that represents Benefit? Cameron looks amazing in this photo. His makeup is fabulous and everything like that, but this has nothing to do with Benefit. When I look at this photo, it looks like he's doing an ad for Champion, which is what he's wearing. I don't see the Benefit logo. I don't see products. He's not even wearing pink, which is the Benefit color. So in my opinion, for this to be his entry to the 2019 Benefit Brow Search, this was not up to par for the standards that Benefit set. 60% makeup application, 20% how it represents the brand, and 20% on photo clarity. And unfortunately, this does not meet the requirements that Benefit set forth for their competition. Now, Cameron, however, does have a previous relationship with Benefit. He has been to Benefit events. They have posted him multiple times in the past, so they were already aware of him and knew him, which I think played a large part into why he was in the competition to begin with.
Hashtag, so it could be an entry and all that. So a lot, and there was several people who I looked at everyone's entry and had entries, in my opinion, that weren't really entries. They were just pictures of their face. It had nothing to do with benefit. If I looked at that picture, I had no idea that it was a benefit post. And I'm like, how did that make it in your top 20? And there were so many people who had quality entries that did not make it, including myself. And I'm sitting here like, wow, who judged this? So that was my problem one. Problem two was a lot of the people who were part of the contest had already been posted or reposted by benefit in the past. Don't tell me that you're starting a contest and you want to find new talent and blah blah blah, but then the majority of the people that you posted about, or sorry, the majority of the people in your contest you already followed, that I went down their timeline, and more than half of them had been reposted by benefit in the past, which means benefit already knew that person to an extent because you reposted them. And some of them were already followed by benefit. Out of 15,000 people, you can find 20 people that you've never worked with, or, you know, new faces or anything like that. Like, it had to be people that you've already worked with in the past, that's already on your PR list, that you already follow, or that you've already reposted in the past. So that was my problem number two. Like, I thought that that was crap. I was sitting here like thinking like, wow, like, you really didn't try. Like, did you even try? Did you even try to look at the new talent that's out there? I don't think they did. Problem number three with the benefit browse search is, out of 15,000 people, they had the audacity to have someone who was already in the competition last year. So you're trying to tell me, out of the 15,000 people that created an entry for your contest, that this guy deserved to be in the contest 2 years in a row, that no one on your team was like, oh, maybe we should pick someone new, maybe we should give people who haven't experienced this in the past an opportunity to shine and to be a part of this contest. No one on their team thought that. And that was mind-boggling to me. When I saw that they had someone that they already had last year in the contest again, I was flabbergasted. And I'm surprised a lot of other people weren't upset about this.
So I wanted to interject and kind of express myself a little less emotionally than I am in the video. So Jose Rodriguez is a very talented makeup artist. He is also someone that I love looking at his social media and what he produced. And I also want to state the fact that benefit does not say that you can't be in the competition multiple years. However, if you looked at his entry for the 2019 benefit browse search, I think he's also another person who, in my opinion, didn't put that much effort into creating a post that really represented what the competition was about. He was either in like a blonde wig with a pink background, or him just standing in front of a pink background holding up a benefit product, but he didn't really put a lot of effort into his entry, in my opinion, based on what benefit said they were looking for. And I also want to add that since the 2018 benefit browse search, which was his first browse search competition he partaked in, he has been posted on benefit multiple times. He has done like videos for them for their IG. He even did some promo videos, I believe, for the 2019 benefit browse search. So he has really capitalized on the experience that he had in 2018. And for them to put him in the 2019 class when there were so many people who really put a lot of time, effort, and energy into their submissions that, in my opinion, were better than the ones that he did, is really insulting to everyone who partaked in this competition. And like I said, this doesn't take away from the fact that Jose is super talented. I just don't feel as though he, based on what he submitted, should have been added to the 2019 class. And also, I want us to ponder the question about integrity that I asked earlier in the video. That benefit states in their rules that you cannot participate in the video if you work for benefit. And I think that we need to ask ourselves, what do we consider working for a brand? Is it receiving PR? Is it being paid for posts? Is it doing work on the brand's IGTV stories, doing promotion for them, going to their events? Like, where's the line between not working for a brand and working for a brand? So that is the question of integrity at this point. Does Jose and other people who participated in this event technically work for benefit because there was some exchange? Product costs money. So by giving someone product, is that considered a money exchange to an extent? So that's a question you kind of have to ask yourself based on your own moral compass. And I do feel as though benefits should be more specific when they say you cannot work for benefit. What does working for benefit really mean? I asked you that question.
Because I feel like you crapped on us. I feel you wasted our time. If you were just going to pick 20 people that you've already worked with, that you've already known, that you've already dealt with, why waste our time? Just reach out to people. Be like, be a part of our brow search. But don't waste my time and creating content for you and all that stuff and doing this and giving you free publicity and all stuff. And you're telling me out of 15,000 people, you couldn't find 20 people that you've never worked with before to be a part of this competition. There were so many other people that came out with great entries that Benefit did not pick, but they picked people, one, that they've reposted, that they've already followed, that already was in the competition. And then it took a whole week after the 13th. So it was a whole week that it took for them to announce. And like I said, I don't have an issue that it took them a week to announce who was the top 20. That wasn't my issue. My issue was you didn't communicate that. Like, communication is key as a brand. Like, all you had to do was say it's going to take you a few days to contact the top 20. And yeah, that was like my issue with the Benefit brow search. I really wanted to make a video. That contest had everything it needed to be a good thing for the beauty community. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say about it, but I don't know. I'm done with this video. This video has got me in my feelings, so I'm going to end it with that. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell if you want to know when I upload another video. Also, don't forget to like this video and shoot me a comment down below. Just letting me know how you like this style of video. Really relaxed, chill, me not being too super serious with crazy lights or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I'm in my feelings. I'm done with this video. I'm done. I just want to go to sleep. So with that, I will see you next time. Bye, friends.
I also just wanted to state that everything I said in this video pertaining to some of the people in the competition doesn't mean that represents everyone in the competition. There were some people who were in the competition that I couldn't find any previous history with Benefit that they had. And there was also some people who had amazing entries that I thought when I first saw their entry that they had to be in this competition because it was so great. So what I'm saying in this video doesn't represent all 20 of the applicants. It does represent a majority of the applicants, but not all of them. So I hope that after watching this video that you don't take it personally, you don't get angry or upset or want to be malicious. I want you to really sit back and think about what I said and realize that it is coming from a place of constructive criticism because I want this beauty community to be better, and it will never be better if we just brush things underneath the rug and let injustices happen without addressing them and without changing the problem. This contest was a problem, and in order to fix this competition, and trust me, other competitions, because this is not the only competition that has done these fraudulent things, in my opinion. I can name you several other competitions that have done the same exact thing, where they pick people that they worked with in the past, that has already partaked in the competition, that's on their PR, that goes to events, and all that stuff, and try to sell us a false sense of maybe it could be me, when in actuality, it probably will never be you. So this is an issue across the board in the beauty community, not just this specific competition. This is just the competition that I decide to bring into the light. So I hope that Benefit watches this video and keeps an open mind to what I'm saying and realize that they need to make changes. And I feel like if they have like ethically any sense of morality, they will make these changes, because I can guarantee it will make this competition and future competitions that they hold better and more fair for everyone. So with that, I'm going to end this video. I hope that it's received positively. And if you have any questions for me, always put them down in the comment box below. I always respond to all questions. I might not respond immediately, but I will always get to you eventually. So with that, I will see you next time. Bye, guys.